Our invocation will be given by Commander Reuben Abraham.
Let us join in prayer. Eternal Father, strong to save, by whose abiding love and care our lives are blessed, we have gathered today together in this sacred convocation to ask that you continue to watch over the souls of the brave heroes who perished 37 years ago due to the act of terrorism carried out by Islamic terrorists against the peacekeeping force of Marine sailors and soldiers. As we continue to be fully engaged in a global war on terrorism, we ask that you bless those who have been assigned to work each day to fulfill the mission you have assigned to each of them. May they tirelessly and eagerly work to bring peace and justice into this world that is so tormented by the evil wrought by those who deny you. May we join with them by becoming more committed to your word as we become more aware of your love for us each and every day of our lives. We ask your blessings upon this nation, its duly elected and appointed leaders, and all of its citizens. May they be guided by your wisdom and your teachings as they endeavor to bring the beacon of freedom to those whose lives have yet to be touched by it. May they be steadfast to their dedication to this task at hand. May you look after all those who stand in harm's way. May they be guided by your word. May they be undeterred in their duties. Most important of all, may they be granted safe passage when they reach that point at which they may return home to their loved ones. We ask that you bless the families and loved ones of those who serve so far away from home. Give them the strength and the courage to maintain the homes to which those who serve will return. And may those who have given their last full measure of devotion to country and corps find eternal rest and everlasting peace in your eternal presence. We ask this in your most holy name. Amen.
Dr. Stanley.
Good morning, good morning. Can everybody hear me? Okay, and I know my Marines in the audience remember this. All right, I just want to make sure we're all alive. This is a very special occasion, and I want to thank you again, Dan, and those who are responsible for inviting me here today. I remember very clearly what I was doing on that day in 1983. And I'm sure that if there are family members here, you will never forget those moments that day either. Marines and sailors especially, but we also had some soldiers who lost their lives. But I'm thinking specifically about several Marines who called me before they were getting ready to deploy to Beirut on a peacekeeping mission, on a mission where they were helping to restore order in Beirut, Lebanon. And the kind of thing about Marines, and some people may say that Marines are special needs. We have a certain kind of mindset. But our mindset is that they were actually looking forward to going to Beirut. You heard me, right? The Marines were looking forward to going to Beirut. I didn't know anyone who didn't want to go, who didn't want to serve. And in fact, those who didn't go were wondering why they weren't there. But as they called, and at the time I was had been the company commander for a couple of folks who were over there right then. Hey, Skipper. I said, what's up, man? We're getting ready to go over. We just want you to know we're thinking about you. But we're heading over to the Beirut. Now, of course, a lot of people didn't even know where Beirut was on the map. But Beirut, Lebanon was a place where I lost some good friends, some very good friends. And you don't forget that. Some who came back were injured. I knew even the battalion commander, the BLT commander, Lieutenant Colonel Gurlot. And when you know the people who were lost or who were injured, those moments never really leave you because they stay with you. That doesn't weaken your resolve to go out and serve, don't get me wrong. But when you know the people, when you know the verb and the cut of their verb, it makes a difference. And today we actually are commemorating now 37 years, but I know I can still hear their voices. You hear what I'm saying? You can still hear the tenor of the voice of your loved one. If they showed up right now, you could actually hear them, you can feel them. In some cases, you can even smell them. What I'm saying right now is that that feeling never leaves you when you love someone, when you care about them. We all took an oath. We all take oaths. And although the oaths are a little bit different from the officer and enlisted, it made no difference when you were serving, because when you're serving right next to each other, your rank, and that's most important, has nothing to do with your service. Has absolutely nothing to do with serving others and putting others before you. In the biblical sense, that's in Philippians 2, 3, and 4. Viewing others as being more important than you are, doing nothing out of selfish ambition, but actually putting others because you're actually serving others. If you're an officer, you're serving others. If you're a staff NCO, you're serving others. If you're a corporal or a sergeant, it makes no difference. You're actually serving others because you're making it significant that others are actually more important than you are. The oath that we all took started out with, "I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic." And we ended that oath with "So help me God." So we don't back up to our allegiance to the Lord, our caring about others, about believing in others, and about serving others. As we serve together, our Navy and Marine Corps, we all serve a common cause: to serve our nation, to swear our allegiance to our nation, to support our nation, and to ensure that we continue to hold that banner high. These young Marines out here, I'm impressed with them. I know they thank them for their service. I want to thank all who come today to serve, not only to witness, but also to commemorate the lives of those that were lost. These names up here, we don't trivialize it, but they will never be forgotten. They aren't forgotten. We hold them dear in our hearts. We thank them for their service. And those of us who are still here right now have an obligation to continue to remember their service, have an obligation to salute them proudly, have an obligation to not only on this day, but every day, especially for family members, especially for family members. And if you know the kind of family that I'm thinking about right now, even those of us who are not, I would say, biologically in the family, we're still part of the same family. I owe so much to the United States Marine Corps and to the United States Navy and to this nation that I love more than anything. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
We'll have the reading of the names. Details. 10. Hut. Corporal Moses Arnold Jr. Sergeant John J. Bonk Jr. Corporal Thomas A. Hairston. Sergeant Gilbert Hanton. Corporal John F. Muffler. PFC RV-Manuel A. Relvas. Corporal Louis J. Rotondo, behind you. Sergeant Alan D. Wesley. Hand salute.
Thanks for being here, everybody.